Thank you so much for being here. My name is Brenda Martinez. I am a mother and I'm a resident of Los Angeles, a member of Fiber First LA and Children's Health Defense. And today we're here representing millions of people in communities impacted by the digital divide. Today is a historical day. Today, our communities have organized and fought back against unlawful changes in these ordinances. Our communities will be silenced no more. We will speak louder and clearer. We do not want to be contaminated with and we do not want to be used as an excuse. You cannot close the digital divide unless you proliferate our communities with inefficient, fire hazardous, and expensive wireless technology. We're here in front of the Superior Court fighting for our rights, and I'm going to introduce our attorney, our leading attorney, Scott McCullough. Now I'm going to say it in Spanish. Muchas gracias por estar aquí. Mi nombre es... It's not for me, I promise. Muchas gracias por estar aquí. Mi nombre es Brenda Martínez. Soy madre y residente de Los Ángeles, miembro de la organización Fiber First LA y la defensa de la salud infantil. Hoy estoy aquí representando a millones de personas en comunidades afectadas por la brecha digital. Hoy es un día histórico. Nuestras comunidades se han organizado y luchado por los cambios a ordenanzas ilegales. Nuestra comunidad se callará no más. Hablaremos más alto, más claro y más fuerte. No queremos ser contaminados, sino queremos ser utilizados como una excusa. Simplemente no se puede cerrar la brecha digital proliferando nuestras comunidades con tecnología inalámbrica, ineficiente, peligrosa y cara. Estamos aquí, frente a la Corte Superior, peleando por nuestros derechos. Voy a presentarles al abogado que está dirigiendo esta demanda, el abogado Scott McCullough, de la Organización Defensa de la Salud Infantil.
Hi there. I've got to be really brief. I'm just getting word that the judge is going to be calling our case pretty soon. Let me speak very briefly. My name is Scott McCullough. I'm lead outside litigating counsel for Children's Health Defense and one of the members of the lawyer team for those who are challenging the county's wireless ordinance, all under the name of Fiber First LA. We're here today to present our arguments to the court, try to convince the judge that the ordinance is illegal and must be vacated and sent back to the county so that it will consider the issues that we raised. And I'm going to get into those very briefly in just a second. First of all, the county refused to take a look at all of the evidence that we gathered showing that ubiquitous wireless deployment, the stuff you're starting to see on all the towers and telephone poles and utility poles, and light standards throughout the city, throughout the county, and even more throughout the entire United States, that they have disastrous environmental and health impacts to humans, especially children, animals, birds, bees, trees. It negatively impacts historic properties, tribal lands, all sorts of, it just has an immense number of negative consequences that the county absolutely refused to consider as it was adopting this ordinance. It claims it does not have to, and we are going to try to convince the judge that actually it did have to, and the county erred when it refused to look at our evidence.
Yeah.
We have a few legal points that I'm not going to get into, but just from a functional perspective, the county changed the ordinance very drastically at the tail end by adding a whole bunch of new provisions that had not been considered by the Planning Commission. Those provisions were the ones that are actually the most impactful, putting towers on telephone poles and utility poles. And we think that the county erred by doing that, and that it must send the matter back to the Planning Commission so that the public can actually weigh in on these dramatic changes that it did not adequately allow the public to talk about. The worst part of all of this is that the county basically established a closed-door rubber stamp process. It's called ministerial. Basically, an application comes in, It goes through the chain, comes up in some staffer's inbox, they stamp approved on it, and it comes out. The people who are impacted here get no notice. They have no opportunity to object or even propose changes. What is going to happen is someday you're going to wake up, look outside your child's bedroom window, and there's going to be some ugly tower hanging on a telephone pole or electric utility pole right out there, right next to, even within 5 feet of your property line. Now, we just think that's wrong. We think that the people who should be and will be impacted by this should have a voice when a wireless company wants to put a tower right in a residential neighborhood, or by schools, or by old folks' homes, or in all of these other very sensitive environmental places. And so we're hopeful that the judge will agree with us, the judge will vacate this ordinance and send it back to the county and tell it to work with us for a change and get it right.
Yes.